Kev. I watched Raw. I watched Seth, Paul, Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Bronn Breakker stand in the ring and do, I think, what was probably 15, 20-minute promo that I had absolutely, until things went sideways, no idea what was being talked about. Total control, total domination, and total power is what Seth was saying his blueprint is, his plan now. Now, I lived through an era, and I know a few of the guys that were involved in a big company that had control, domination on the card, and power. And it didn't look like the four cats that were in the ring that night. These people that I know were all at the top of the card, with gold. So, just one champion talking about that ring's kind of empty to me. But my memory must be longer than everybody else's. Kev, how about the show open this week? A lot of Heyman.
To me, it's fine because I mean, Paul does a real good job of narration of what they're. But I just think that then he turns around and gives it to Rollins, and Rollins basically redundantly says the exact same thing. Like either Paul can't call him the architect, and then he can't. Like, I don't need to hear it twice.
Right. So Braun, who a couple of months ago, I mean, we were really, I think both of us equally hot on his potential in the ring as a worker. I haven't heard enough talking to know if that's going to do
All,
anything, but
all he's ready anytime you want to put a rocket up his ass.
they're doing this bulldog bodyguard thing, and is it a waste of a talent?
No, I think it elevates him because he's seen in the main event,
Mm-hmm.
in that main event bracket.
Better to
I'll
be.
tell you one thing. If you go, just let's go back to Saturday to the main event, and fuck, it was nice to see Cody,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and it was nice to see him in a tracksuit come down and throw punches.
Are they taking your advice?
I don't give a fuck what they're doing. I'm not giving advice. I give observations. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. They can tell me to go fuck myself. They know I'm gonna. I'm at that point in my life where I'm never gonna watch Raw again until next week. So I watch Raw, and I watched the. Now I waited till the Peacock finished, and then I kind of hand chose what I watched because again I'm balls deep in basketball right now, so it's just like I can only get so much airtime in my recliner with my wife before she goes, uncle,
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't want to get past something you said earlier. Is it better to be seen in a mute capacity in a main event angle, supporting others, or be a dominant player in like an intercontinental level feud?
um well the structure when I was with the WWF
Mm-hmm.
was there was the world championship,
Mm-hmm.
the world title, and then there was the IC, and then there was the tag, and that was it.
Right.
So that IC belt was gold.
Right.
And me as Diesel in a mute position, watching like what Bronson is learning from a standpoint of sitting in the TV production room with as they're putting together what they're going to do, and he's in there with Heyman and Rollins. I mean, like to be under that learning tree as opposed to, somebody that doesn't have, that experience. Jesus, Heyman was running the Dangerous Alliance when Steve Austin was on his way up. Is stunning, stunning Steve. So
It's like being a bit player in The Godfather versus maybe a
but
lead role in Xanadu.
not even a bit player. You're not a bit player.
Well, I'm saying a bit player in that he's not doing anything of consequence.
He was in the main event of Raw last week or week before.
Mm-hmm. As far as moving the storyline and whatnot.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. There was a moment when, did you see when, what was the large Viking? Ebor, I guess, right?
Yes.
Threw Kofi into the apron screen. The screens now, the digital.
And the screen.
And they played a flicker, a static
Yeah.
flicker. I love those little production details.
And then he turned and smashed his back into it, and it did it again.
Yes, absolutely. I love that.
Did you see when he fucking splashed Kofi?
Yes.
And they fucking did the save on Kofi?
Yeah.
And Kofi's shoulders never got off the mat because all they did was fucking, like, when a house lands on you, guess what? You really can't fucking kick the side of the house.
Exactly.
You just take the fucking ruby red slippers and move on.
But I love watching their production. There's nothing that comes close to the WWE team, and I wish I knew some names, but I'll do better next time with that if I'm going to send them props. Even just the live cutting, and now this is nothing new when they would cut on Impact, not necessarily to hide a miss, but like in a movie where, like the super kick. Okay, so there was a spot where Jay is super kicking people, I guess Braun on one side and then someone on the other. He's super kicking back and forth. And there were these tight cuts, perfect on Impact, so perfectly timed that it was movie quality. And yeah, the angles obscured how much contact was being made, but I don't think that was the point, because the impact of the cut, when it lines up with the impact of the foot, it heightens it.
And the thing is like one thing else, like I watched that AEW match with Hangman and oh fuck.
What, did you lose a bet?
No, because I with Osprey, and Osprey does like all of his kicks. He fucking slaps his thigh.
Right. That was the old Rock thing, and he would throw the one hand, and the other hand was hitting his thigh. Yeah. I think every week you should forget Will Ospreay's name and see how long before Wesley turns off his computer and no longer work on the show.
I want to call him the fucking the kid with his finger in the dike after that haircut. The little Dutch boy.
Listen, anytime you can reference finger in the dike, I'm a happy guy. Kev, we talk sometimes about psychology of the matches these days. And just some booking stuff, which maybe could be a little smarter, maybe some instinct that you want to see in a younger worker that maybe it doesn't deliver in the course of a match. But isn't today's product mostly based on, and this isn't I'm not shooting on WWE, it's a testament to the work they do, in the fact that people just want to watch the superhero. Did you pay attention that George Reeves or Christopher Reeves, like how well the punch was thrown? You want to see Superman kick ass, right? So between the the curated entrances, the personalized music everybody gets, the costumes and outfits consistent with character, that kids want to go see Seth Rollins, not necessarily see him get his ass kicked or see him defend a title or win a title. They want to see Seth Rollins do his thing and hear the song and pop when it plays and watch and that was the old man's model, back with the creation of Hogan. And now it's just been like assembly line perfected for each of the characters. I mean, that's what it's about.
And
now,
it's
right?
and it's bred in the system and NXT and
Yeah, but I mean, but that's the company's creation. Is
I
those
know. I'm just saying
those
though that
products?
it becomes Pixar, it becomes Disney, it becomes you get
Marvel,
used
yeah.
to you get used to a style a certain stylistic uh, approach to the show. Of all the of all the movie franchises out there, what do you think has drawn the most money of all the movie franchises? It's like $10
Well,
billion.
clearly, what they showed, King Hua or whatever it was called, that
No,
made
not that one.
$1.7 trillion.
No, it was.
An
It's not
American
that.
movie,
No, I'm talking about for a franchise.
right? But an
Like,
English movie franchise, I would
yeah,
say Star Wars.
it's Marvel.
Yeah, maybe there's
The Marvel,
65,000 of them. So
the
yeah,
Marvel universe.
yeah, there it is, 31. Boy, was I off. 31 billion for Marvel versus 10 for Star Wars.
But
Look at James Bond
if you do it
holding.
by films though,
If you do the average, yeah, because there's 36 Marvel films and 12 Star Wars, right? Got it.
but the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you still got the Avengers down there. You've got X-Men down there. You got
But if they're
Spider-Man.
part of that, why did they separate it that way?
Because I think they take them separate.
And not all of them are part of it. Of the 16 Spider-Man films, only 3 of them are MCU films because Sony owned it before.
Okay. See, that's the kind of knowledge that I wish I had about something nowadays. I wouldn't want it about this, but I want it about something.
What's 9 and 10? Is one of them Avatar or is it?
DC.
Uh,
So if anyone's listening and not watching, number 1 was the Marvel Universe with 36 billion. 2 was Spider-Man with 11. Star Wars was 3 with 10. Wizarding World, I'm guessing that's Harry Potter?
yeah.
Yes.
9. James Bond, 7 billion. Avengers, 7.7 billion. Now we're getting into fractions. X-Men, 7.6 billion. Fast and the Furious, 7.3. DC Universe, 7.1. Batman at 10 with 7.0. So, yes, you're absolutely correct. And by a large margin, it was, 36 and I think 11 was the next
Yeah.
one? So, yeah, it's a big, 31 and 11. Yeah, 31 billion versus 11
So
billion.
20 billion.
It's insane. That's insane. Those are high numbers.